The bar arcade has always kind of been a thing.
The very beginning, when video games begin to first hit the beaches, and then we go into bars.
And now, 30 to 40 years later, these machines are right back where they started, in an arcade bar.
Oh, they got all your old favorite games. Come on in, play the games, have a beer, a whiskey, my preference whiskey, but
We've grown up with multiple generations of console video game players who are used to playing either online or they're playing by themselves. But people are sort of thirsty for this interaction in person where you can see the cabinet, you can feel it, you can hear all these sounds.
There are a huge number of arcade bars popping up all over the country.
They're doing gangbuster business.
We're building memories and we're building nostalgia.
But what happens now, because of the arcade bar, because of the experience we had back in the 80s, it is now revived with this. It's brought a resurgence.
It's the big kids' man cave. And you go over, hey, want to play some NFL Blitz? Some NBA Jam? Dude, this place is off the hook. Craft beer and games, come on, this goes together. Token Taverns, boom shakalaka.
My name's Michael Burke. I own Vector Bar and Arcade in Clearwater, Florida. Going into this, my wife and I, we wanted a nice, cool place that people could hang out with and feel like you're in my basement or my garage arcade. Making this whole endeavor possible was really my wife was forced me into it. We just had games on the side. I was fixing them and reselling them and just as a hobby. So when we moved to Clearwater, we thought, what an opportunity for us to do it on our own.
So the game selection is pretty amazing. Not always the games that are sought after by high-end collectors, but games that are people that like to play.
There are some must-have classics that everyone says you should have. Like you got to have the Pac-Man, the Donkey Kong. And I want to represent games that you don't see in every place. We got games like Double Dragon and Street Fighter 3, not Street Fighter 2. They want people to see there was a huge amount of other great games.
This is another one of those like weird, like obscure Japanese games. It's called Mushi Mushi Pork. It's super weird, man.
For us, the most popular games are Last Action Hero, Jurassic Park pinball, people love just based on the theme, and then Area 51. People just love blasting the aliens. It's like the favorite around here.
Get that power up! So the vibe here is at Vector is really cool. There is definitely like pinball nerds. There's also a lot of beer nerds, and then you have a lot of people in between.
Our core audience, we have two. We have the younger 20, 30-year-olds who like the retro games. Then we have the people who grew up on it, the older guys who like coming in here and playing pinball.
Vector is both very unusual and very comfortable at the same time. It's unusual because it's dark. There's not a whole lot of decoration or atmosphere. You kind of have the machines and you have the people that are there. If you're the kind of person that's looking for pinball machines or arcade games, you're gonna be right at home. If you're the kind of person looking for a football game and the regular kind of bar atmosphere, you're gonna be way put off.
We're not a sports bar, you don't have TVs on the walls. It's lined with games. The games lend to their own aesthetic. They're the energy of the space. And the lights are dim, you got the glow of the screens. Now you have a beer in your hand, and just the fact that you're standing there in the glow of the game, it really is a nostalgia factor, for sure.
Felt genuinely like an arcade. What's really odd that it's so uncommon now. Just every place I go to, it's a bar. Really, it just feels like they threw money at it. There's no soul to it, and this place had soul.
You can't have a business like this and not be passionate about it. You can have a bar and expect people to come because you're slinging beers, but there's a difference when you care about all the different beers you order and you care about the customer experience and giving them something new and something that they enjoy.
I really like this one though. That's a really good beer.
It's a small operation here. It's like one person's manning the place. They're handling the arcade, they're handling the bar.
How you been, little baby Natasha?
Good.
Good. I'm glad to see you.
Jesse's our bartender here. He's been with us for over a year and a half. He's amazing. He's one of our best hires. So we wanted to make sure we hired the right people who had our same vision.
Mike and Lauren have they threw a base or a birthday party for me. They want to throw a going away party for me. Like, they're super cool.
So other than just having the bar and the arcade experience, we also wanted to bring some of our personal life into it. So we did Monday night fight nights. That was where me and all my friends would meet up and we'd play fighting games.
And I played a game with the owner of this place, and he fucking destroyed me. And that's very disrespectful. I might leave that in a Yelp review.
There's always the person who comes in and they want to challenge the owner. So it's like they own the place if they could beat the owner in a game. But I don't get beaten too often.
Oh!
I'll take that. Finest KO. Cheers. And then we would do semi-quarterly wrestling events. It was called Bar Wars.
I was like, oh my God, this guy's gonna have wrestling 2 in this place. And he had, Bar Wars 1, Bar Wars 2, Bar Wars 3, all right here. 250, 300 people total. All this epicness is just happening right on the other side of this building. The main event, someone jumped off the roof of the back of the building into the ring for like their finishing move, which was epic. We're sitting on the picnic table, and next thing you know, the wrestling guys are like, get off the table, and they're like DDTing and power bombing each other on the picnic table we were just sitting on, and ridiculous, epic each time, and it just grew and got bigger and bigger.
Putting a wrestling ring out behind your business and throwing a huge wrestling event with 100+ people is a pretty big endeavor. Luckily for us, the back of our building butts up to government buildings that are closed on the weekends. We were able to keep the ring in our space, but we could have the spillover people all in the back and be as loud and obnoxious as we wanted.
Thanks everyone for coming out. This is excellent. I couldn't ask for a better turnout.
We got to get a trilogy in before the landlord shut us down from having too many people out back.
Thank you guys for coming out to Vector's Open Mic. My name is P Funk. We're over here every Wednesday. We're going to do all these funky jams for you. You'd like to hear anything in particular? Let me know. I'll try to do my best to accommodate for that. Snow Jimmy fucking Buffett.
Wednesday night was open mics, so everyone from the local area would come and do music and poetry and spoken word.
Crack a beer, sip that drink, pour another glass of wine. There is a war going on for your mind. The revolution will now be televised.
The fact that I could find like-minded people and be at like a Cheers-like environment where everybody knows your name. Everybody is easy to talk to. They're weird sometimes, right? I'm weird sometimes. We're all a little bit crazy, but it's like we're all the right kind of weird for each other. I never had to work to get along with people here.
I come here and I'm not judged, and I could just walk around and play the games, and I've met just some of the coolest people. It's just really welcoming. There's not a lot of places where you feel welcome as soon as you walk in the door.
Really, they offered me something that I could not find anywhere else. Like everyone that I've met here has been an amazing person. They've helped me learn games, things I didn't know about, which is mainly pinball. Every person that came in just was immediately almost like a new friend, but then it became something more like family almost. We all have these very different backgrounds, but we all connect on this one singular thing. We're all into some kind of game, whether it be pinball, whether it be arcade, whether it be console. There's a connection that goes beyond the physical game. Personally, I like to think that it has to be with the culture that Mike and Lauren have actually developed. Here we are experiencing this environment they have created, craftily created.
This whiskey.
Cheers 2020.
Yes. 2020.
2020.
There you go. Fuck yeah, Mike. Fuck yeah, Mike.
Woo!
So before you can really understand what is arcades and arcade bars, you really have to start at the beginning.
What we're gonna do right here is go back.
Video games are the latest craze to sweep the country, and
they seem to have captured America's imagination and its pocket change as well.
Put a quarter in. We played a game that was designed to take your money within a minute and you're done.
They're taking their lunch money, and some of them are skipping school because of arcades.
When I was 12 years old, I used to walk 2.5 miles to go to my closest arcade. And I used to walk in there and it was like, wow, look at this. I would still walk around and just admire the machines and just walk through these gleaming towers of light and sound.
I remember going into classic 80s arcades and they were all carpeted and it was very kind of dark and dingy and the carpet always smelled kind of wet and musty. Always some classic Journey, some 80s playing.
What makes video games so popular?
Well, they come as if from outer space in a variety of weird guises. Defender, Pac-Man, asteroids.
So many of these games were just revolutionary at the time. There was nothing like them, and everybody was playing them.
Suddenly, arcades began to grow all over the place, and they were making a huge amount of money.
When I was a kid, we would go, your parents would drop you off, they'd give you a couple of dollars, and that would last you for a few hours.
I think it was literally a place where parents felt like they could drop their kids off, and it was really a way for parents to kind of get away from their kids. You know, it also gave kids a place to meet and interact and, you know, hang out over the games.
It was a place to go. It was a destination. So it wasn't just like, oh, you're walking by arcade and go in. No, you planned to go to the arcade. It was like a nightclub for geeks or younger people.
Growing up in the golden age of video games, it was awesome. Video games really began to explode. Everybody loved video games. Some of us might have loved it too much, that's true.
Played 47 hours and I guess that's why you picked me to be here.
It did introduce a lot of people into a new world.
As the popularity of arcade and video games grew, it was hard for it not to hit pop culture in general.
Pac-Man is all over and it's on the lips of kids and arcade players.
Pac-Man's without a doubt the most recognized icon in the world. More than the ears of Mickey Mouse, more than a bottle of Coca-Cola, Pac-Man.
When I got involved with NBA Jam and NFL Blitz, that was the huge moment because those games, they took over. So things were really heating up in the early 90s.
During that time of that resurgence, when Mortal Kombat came out, it seemed like the arcade game were fighting the home game, but in reality it was transforming.
The arcades began to collapse. The home market was eroding on them.
And unfortunately, you could experience them at home and people drove in that direction, and that's when you saw arcades just sort of fizzle out.
The industry really went towards ticket redemption games, and that was really the be-all, end-all of arcades.
Here we are creating these games that are so super popular, and then overnight, we went from being heroes to zeros.
The games you see behind us here, like a car, now they were 20 years old, now they were nostalgic. Now they were collectibles. Suddenly there was a new interest.
So what a perfect time to capture the nostalgia that everybody was feeling for these things and then add an adult element to it with beer.
So as these arcade bars started popping up, it was a great way to get those people back in front of arcade machines.
That community-based experience of the arcade of the early 80s is now reborn in the arcade bar.
My name is Dwight Slamp. This is Glitch Bar in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We're very much a nightlife spot. We're strictly 21 and up.
Fridays and Saturdays, it's like a club in here. It gets crazy.
Our concept here is our games are free. All our games are on free play except for our pinballs, and we make our money on alcohol.
What they have set up here is such a good environment, such a dope place inside. I love it.
So one of the cool things we do here that you don't see in a lot of the other arcade bars is the indie arcade games. Indie arcade games are games that are developed by individuals or small companies, and they're writing software and coming up with these games, and that's where the indie stuff comes out of. So the number one indie arcade game is Killer Queen. Killer Queen's a 10-player game. It's 5 versus 5. It's a real-time strategy style game. And it's really, really, really addictive, and it's created a subculture.
It's this weird, like, grassroots, almost like social phenomenon. Like, every major city has a Killer Queen.
Killer Queen people are so passionate playing that game, but the game has brought so many people together.
You can talk shit online all you want to someone. When you talk shit in person to someone, it's a completely different experience.
Billy Mitchell is a very well-known video game player. He locally plays here.
Yeah, but the first thing is, I gotta do a perfect score here. Again? Look at this. What are you doing? What kind of place you running here?
He just did a perfect Pac-Man to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Pac-Man.
We're having some fun this year with Pac-Man because it's the 40th anniversary.
The other times I did a perfect Pac-Man, they put a new joystick on, and both times I hit it on the first shot. To be playing the Pac-Man and to play a perfect score and to have that energy and those people around you and that excitement, it was absolutely like being at a sporting event.
You just did it. Yeah, just did it. Congratulations. Just beat the last one. That's awesome. I've seen Kill Scream a million times, but not a perfect score. Awesome.
The arcade bars, you're here and it's just like the old arcades. It brings back the fever and passion from the 1980s. It's a great place. It really brings back history. And it introduces that golden age to a whole nother generation of people.
My name is George Courtney. My wife and I are the owners of Reboot Arcade and Bar. I always wanted to own a bar, but I knew if we were going to open a bar, I wanted to incorporate something that I was really passionate about. Because I know when I've walked into my first arcade bar, I was just like almost in tears. I'm like, oh my God, someone gets me. I could drink a beer and play arcade games.
He's just like, we need something like this in Dunedin. So he just kind of ran with it.
If we were to do something, I got to do this and share with people where I'm from too, and that's Reboot was kind of creative with that. For the first time in my life, I actually found something that I really, really enjoy as a business. For us, we would deem ourselves more of a nostalgic, old school meets new school arcade with console games that typically you wouldn't see in like a Dave & Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese.
GoldenEye is always a good go-to. Super Smash, pretty fun.
Reboot was sort of created as like a place for people to just kind of get away from everything. Sort of like a museum with a bunch of nerddom in it.
George and his like amazing video game knowledge helped create this dream. We've talked about the Donkey Kong Treehouse theme.
We were thinking like what, just like a bunch of barrels kind of set up around the building?
Well, I think barrels would be good.
Would they have to be filled with monkeys? Like barrels of monkeys? So Helen, she has an incredible eye for design. She's like a big part of the brains of this place. Part of that is artwork, lighting, the ability to have scene changes. So at 7 o'clock or sunset, all of our lights turn blue. One of my favorite movies was Blade Runner, and everything in that was retro-futuristic. So it was sort of like old school with new school, almost like if you were in the 1980s and you imagine what the future would look like. And I think like this place is sort of an over-exaggeration if someone had the time in the 80s to create something with the stuff from today.
I love this place. It's very retro, it's kind of nostalgic, and will bring you back in time to like the 80s.
I wanted people to feel transported in this different place, you know, make it feel like they're in a different spot, and feel like we did our best to make sure that happened. Hey, what's up, man?
George, what's up, brother?
How you been? Good to see you, buddy.
Nice to see you. How you doing?
How's Soggy been?
Things are good.
Yeah.
You know?
You guys busy?
Getting back into it, man.
Nice, man. Have you guys seen all the additions and stuff we made?
I honestly haven't been able to get back in.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, look at the pinball machines, man. Put them all in a row. Have you seen in there?
No, not yet.
Oh, man.
Let's check it.
So Bill did this honeycomb thing. So he had an idea like you would just put all the stuff up here, and I was helping him paint and stuff, and we used like this UV paint.
Oh, neat, I like
so we used like paint that literally like, look at all the UV lights and everything.
Yeah, I love it.
We have Xboxes, PlayStations, Nintendo Switches, and they're all up here on these screens around the bar.
So we kind of designed Reboot to almost be sort of have like a sports bar feel when you're at the bar itself. We have 9 TVs. We have the ability for people to watch games, watch other people compete, sort of almost get like that sports bar type mentality. Instead of, you know, Sports Center or, you know, Fox Sports or something like that, it's people playing games.
On the weekends, this place gets pretty packed. Big party, everyone loves to come here. It's definitely more adult-oriented.
It's just more of a big kid atmosphere. Definitely that's what it's about.
There you are.
It's gotten really busy. Sometimes it's hard to say that out loud, but when we see it really crazy and busy on the weekends, we just kind of like laugh. And it's surprising, but it's also too.
The quarter machine holds like $750. What ends up happening is if we have a busy weekend, it drains all of the quarters from our change machine. So Bill has to go in and literally take all the quarters out and then count them to make sure all the counts are right and then dump them back into the quarter machine.
It turned down a little bit this past week, but I mean, still doing really good.
I noticed that the better our like drinking sales are, the less we make in games.
I think it has to do with just room. When we opened up space, arcade sales jumped pretty high.
Yeah.
So like as far as arcade, 2-player always trumps 1-player.
Right.
Gun games, so far the better 2-player game. Right. The gun games keep up with the pinballs.
Pinball is probably the most played genre of games here because pinball is huge.
Pinball never really died. Like, they kept making pinball machines.
Oh my God, you look fabulous. You look good too.
Pinball sort of carried the torch for this whole hobby for quite some time.
Stern Pinball, for instance, was almost out of business. They were at this old kind of junky warehouse out in the west side. They have a big, beautiful new complex out here, and they said they are selling like never before.
We're growing about 25–30% a year for the last dozen years.
Pinball's on steroids right now. It seems like there's a new machine coming out all the time, and everybody wants one.
Pinball machines are definitely part of culture. They span from bands to movies. You just couldn't see some of this amazing art anywhere else. And you can actually stand there and interact with it. You can hear the music, you can see the lights flashing. And it's a whole different experience where you're actually a part of it instead of just looking at it. Currently at Vector we have 10 pinball machines. I think I can't fit any more in here. I was trying to find room, and I can't get another one in here. Well, we've got a lot of people that had never played a pinball machine before. I've turned so many people into pinball people now. They ask them where they can buy a game, how they can get one in their house that never had seen it. And now, just from drinking beer, they got introduced into a whole new hobby. It is an expensive business. These are physical, old objects, and they break continuously. So the pinball machine is daily maintenance.
Yeah, so you can see the drop target snapped off.
And that's one thing that we really take to heart here is we don't want to have that poor experience when you come in and something's not working right. So we are very vigilant making sure that everything is working 100% as much as possible.
Mike was the first person I went to with one of my machines to work on it, to get it up and running. He's mechanically inclined. He knows a lot when it comes to pinball machines and fixing them up.
I have a long history of fixing these games when they're broken. So here, anything that breaks, I'm the repair guy, and it gets done like that day or as soon as the part gets in. The competitive nature of it really leads to the bar environment. So everyone's always trying to beat your score or play against you.
Mike is extremely good at pinball. He's tall, he's handsome, and he has enough weight to move the machine around. So Mike can make the ball do what he wants it to do. And that's not something everyone can do. He plays way more than he lets on.
When it's a serious game, he's one of the best players I've played against. He's gonna play the game to the fullest.
I've seen him in competition after competition, and every time he's, top, every single time. Usually what ends up happening is I'll lose to him, but the really cool thing about him and the community in general is that they teach me. Even during the game, they want me to beat them. They always are teaching, instructing, helping in any way they can.
Easier to get it from the right flipper, back into
He gives a great expertise from all fronts. This machine is not hitting quite as hard, so compensate in this way, or hey, this is where the big points are, try and hit up there. He wants the best for everyone else around him. It's not about Mike, it's not about his bar, his image. It's always about you having the best time that you could have.
My name is Robert Leonard, and this is Lowry Barcade. It's a craft beer and arcade bar in Tampa, Florida. We specialize in both our incredible beer selection as well as a variety of classic 80s, 90s arcade machines, pinball machines. Wanting to do some kind of business on my own, and I had both fallen into craft beer as part of a love and passion, really enjoyed it, and then with game collecting, that started way early on, and realized that there's this concept of an arcade bar. I started spending most of my time trying to make that concept work.
He said, I need to learn more about beer. I need to learn more about the arcade scene. So he did the time while still working his normal job, started filling up his house, had people come over to his house, test the games, test the beer. He had a vision.
So I own about 60 to 70 machines. It's a very slippery slope once you start getting the machines. It develops into passion. It can be a little bit of an obsession. I've spent countless hours trying to evolve this into what it became today.
The vibe at Barcade's really cool, super chill, very reminiscent of like the 80s and 90s, and you're reminded of all the games you used to play back when you were a kid.
During the day, just like the weekends, we have families and the kids, and it's really cool. Like when I was growing up, my dad on Saturdays would take me to the arcade, and that's where my nostalgia was born for it. And we see the same experience here with kids coming in, sons, daughters with their moms and dads. They get that same experience, which is awesome to see. But at 9 o'clock, we're adult swim only, and we have more of the adult atmosphere.
I wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? And she asks myself.
So one of the things that he's done is made sure that music was part of it, and from the beginning. So I DJ here regularly.
I probably have more of a passion for beer than I do for the games. It's as integral as the arcade machines. It's as important as the games themselves, if not more important. I'd say more important. My first craft beers were back in the 90s. I quit a job to bartend full time and start product managing so I could learn how to do this business. In Tampa, we're very fortunate to have the beer scene we have because we are spoiled. There's so many good local breweries. We have so much good beer here that we can get almost any style and have an excellent example of it here. All my staff are really good at knowing beer. Like that's something that we really pride ourselves on, and they all know how to recommend, and they have all developed palates to be able to know what a customer would like. They want to be able to get you a good beer. They take pride in that. They want to get you what you want to drink. And it takes a lot of skill to develop your palate and develop, what your experience is to recommend to other people.
It has been a dream come true to see craft beer and classic arcades, pinball come under one roof, and I'm very fortunate to have seen that happen.
The craft beer industry started booming probably 10 years ago, and it's just been on a roll. It seems like every day there's a new local craft brewery, there's a beer fest you can go to and taste all these beers from places you never knew existed.
Oh, it is a celebration of beer and breweries. That's right, Tampa Bay Beer Week is back. This is a big popular week.
All kinds of stuff all week long.
Tampa Bay Beer Week is a big deal at Barcade. It's something that we plan months in advance to bring in some of the best beer locally and put that out for people for Tampa Bay Beer Week. Our biggest event, our main event, was the 3rd annual Battle Royale.
Thanks for coming out for an incredible Battle Royale in its 3rd year. The breweries themselves are going to fight the Battle Royale to decide at the very end of it who will go home with the Lowry Barcade champion belt.
That we have a champion belt that the brewery takes back and displays it for a year.
His heads.
We're going down!
The Battle Royale was a really fun, quirky, weird event. We'd get 5 local breweries, and they competed against each other in a round-robin series of arcade and pinball play to try and win.
Let's go beer! Woo! Bam!
So close.
Big end, big end.
Oh! can't say enough about all of the happiness that comes from air hockey, because I can't play another fucking game in this place. There you have it, air hockey bringing them happiness and joy, as it does for all of us here at Barcade.
That was intense, man. It was a good battle between each of us.
There was a lot of rivalry involved in it.
Fuck! You got me, man. You fucking got me, but it's good.
You know, they all smack talk each other, but it's all love. People loved it. It became a really popular event.
Sweep his legs, Johnny.
Escape was super hungry for it,
Good job, buddy. Good job, man.
but Coppertail kind of snatched away from him.
Winner of 2020 Battle Round 3 is going to Coppertail Roy.
Hold on, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier with how the Battle Royale went. It was about the best one we've ever done, and we have a lot more events lined up for the rest of the week, so I'm very excited to see how it all turns out.
Officially declaring a national emergency. Our overriding goal is to stop the spread of the virus and to help all Americans who have been impacted by this.
Until non-essential businesses will have to close up shop.
Announcing last call for bars and nightclubs requiring their shutdown.
Bars and nightclubs are officially closed.
It's hard to put into words the whole experience for myself and the people around me, for all of us. It is something that is unprecedented for at least our lifetime. I was on the phone with my staff basically in tears. It was overwhelming, it was scary.
When COVID hit, it was a shock for all of us. We didn't know what we're going to do and how we're going to react to this.
Obviously, being a bar, we rely on the close intercontact with people, and the COVID-19 is definitely a curveball. There are going to be a lot of places that don't reopen. We won't be one of them because, you know, we have a lot invested into this, and we're going to continue no matter what happens.
You know, when we first closed, we didn't close with the ideology that we were going to be closed for a long time. We were only supposed to be closed for 2 weeks. It was tough. It was scary.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to talk to you about a concerning trend that's going on right now. I'm seeing lots of arcades and arcade bar locations having to close their doors due to COVID-19. I just really hope they can ride out this storm.
We had to come up with some ways to get some profit because we still have rent due, we still have bills, everything's still got to be paid, insurance. So we decided to do to-go beers. So we have a unique variety of beer, so we'd let people come here and build their own six-packs or fill their growlers, take them home, and then, you know, enjoy your beer from the safety of your home.
We all reduced the prices dramatically just to encourage things. The first few weeks, community was incredibly supportive through all of it. But of course, eventually, those sales started dwindling. We did have one huge boost from Tampa Bay Beer Week where they matched $1,000 for bar sales in one day to donate to the staff. So that was incredibly generous, so I'm very thankful for that. I'm facing weeks where we're making maybe $200, and I had to adapt.
We're open and game on. That's what a local arcade owner is saying. He's discovered a new way to keep his pinball machines lit up.
The Lowry Parkade is now bringing the fun right to you.
We did 14 deliveries in the last week.
Because they can't have customers inside, Lowry Parkade is renting out its games, safely delivering these old school beauties to your home.
I went from having a business where I don't ever want to move these things to now I'm having to do them every day. It worked. We had a huge response from both the community and the press. I was suddenly overwhelmed. Thankfully, the staff stepped up and was incredibly helpful. Like James, he's one of my guys who's normally a bartender, but he had to figure out how do I deliver arcade machines.
Does that look good? Yeah, great. There's good space on either side.
Like all of us had to adapt to completely new roles just to survive.
Our growler sales have dropped off so much, so this is helping out a ton.
With all the struggles and bad things that we've seen come from coronavirus, one huge positive I've seen is so many businesses, so many people have been able to adapt and become incredibly inventive and completely change their whole models in order to survive. And it's an amazing thing to be able to do that. And it's inspiring.
Are you guys planning to open for phase 2?
Yeah, we will. We're still putting together all the logistics for everything because we need to also have all the supplies for sanitizing and prep to make it as safe as possible for people, for staff.
Well, it's the day that non-essential business owners have been waiting for after being closed for 2 months now. Their doors have reopened.
Bars and restaurants will now be able to open at 50% capacity.
We decided on Memorial Day that we'd open back up and just have a safe environment where people can have a beer and still play some games and relax and kind of forget about it and have a good time. It's definitely a lot slower. The people are still nervous, people don't know. It's gonna take time for people to get used to being able to go back out and go think that I can go play a game and have a beer.
When we were given the go-ahead for phase 2, and that it was 3 months that we were closed. We looked at CDC guidelines, we spaced all the machines out about 6 feet apart. We have masking gloves provided, we have sanitizing stations, we go around every 30 minutes and wipe down the machines with sanitizer.
And I ain't even mad about how much of this I'm using. Not even mad. I'm so glad to be back open. I'm so ready to make real human money.
First, kind of reopen weekend, and it was really great to just see people again, to see faces in here again, to have people play the games again, because you take it for granted. Now it's nice to really appreciate just having faces in your place that are having a good time and drinking good beer.
300 years ago, I would have already been burnt at the stake for being a witch. Not only do I have the mark of the witch on my neck, but who I am as a person.
You're a witch.
Yeah.
Last weekend ago, I didn't get to.
It was good. It rained a ton. Fortunately, the space allowed us to spread out a lot more, but the community was awesome. You could tell that people kind of missed going out, and kind of hanging out with their buddies and friends and stuff. It's cool to see people sort of in their natural habitat, because being closed for almost 3 months was kind of rough,
Sam, you need a drink. We're here. Sam, hi guys.
Today's our second day opening. We have a really strong community, so we were anticipating the locals showing some love, which they absolutely did.
This is like when the coolest days got together.
I was really happy with the turnout. It was great.
So right now it is happy hour all day. You get a $1 off all our draft beers up there, and then $1 off game controller rentals if you're interested in playing around the bar.
How's the brewery coming along, buddy?
Still on the standstill. Nice shirt, you hippie.
I like it.
We have a pretty strong community here, and I feel like because we're so fortunate to have a lot of people that really love this place, I see us bouncing back pretty quickly. I'm just happy that people like to come in here and enjoy what we have to offer, and it's really giving us an opportunity to give people hopefully an experience they never had before.
Like original, Turtles in Time, what do we got?
I'm gonna do the original one. Yeah. Now that the bars were reopened, we were really excited. We wanted to celebrate and bring some more excitement in. So Pierce ordered the new Ninja Turtles pinball machine, and we were super excited to get that. So while we were waiting for that to get delivered, I was working on a 4-player Ninja Turtles arcade machine. So we're gonna have a double unveiling party where we'd have a pizza party and both games open. We're in Wesley Chapel at Little Shop of Games. They get all the new Stern games right off the bat, and you can always get whatever you need here.
I was quite surprised this title, how well it sold, because Turtles isn't my thing.
I got the arcade machine done the night before, the paint was literally drying, so we're gonna go pick up the pinball machine.
We start getting text messages off the hook, both me and Mike. We both get text left and right, left and right. They've shut it down again.
We just sent this to your phone, effective immediately. You cannot drink alcohol at bars.
Closing bars, wineries, and breweries once again. It hasn't even been 3 weeks since those bars reopened.
If they don't serve food, they will have to close once again.
It sucks to be you, but I understand what they're doing.
Yeah, well, I was surprised that they shut us down again. I was planning on having a pizza party, but there goes that. We were excited. We just were reopened, and we thought there was no chance that they're going to close us down a second time. And when that news dropped, and it happens to be the same day we're playing this surprise party, it was a lot to take in. I was telling Pierce, I think it's this is the year the Predator comes out. It's only on the hottest years.
We had a brand new game for everyone to come and experience, but they couldn't legally get in the door to experience it. So we'd spent a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort for nothing, essentially.
Got a private pizza party tonight?
Yeah, big one. While we were shut down, we still wanted to keep up with our friends. We're used to seeing these people every day. So we made a super secret club group on Facebook.
Mike would send out an invite on Facebook. None of the bars in Florida were open. But if you got this invite from Mike, you could get in.
A lot of people, they're stuck at home. Everything's closed down, and it's a really strange place to be in. And a little bit of normalcy goes a long way. So if you can just come for one night and play some pinball and still maintain safety and social distancing, and it's still good to be able to feel that you can go out and still, blow all that steam off.
So I've been neglecting my arms and shoulders and chest, so I need to focus on them. Yeah.
It was a privilege to get into the Cool Kids Club. It could only be done in 2020 for something to be shut down and be open just for you.
Unfortunately, bars, and there's hundreds across the state, now have no income whatsoever, and we don't know if there's an end in sight.
Courtney owns Reboot, an arcade and bar in downtown Dunedin. He's now contemplating rebooting the business model and serving coffee.
We're just trying to pivot. I don't even know if it's going to work.
Yeah, so right now, because we can't open as a bar, we're currently serving coffee because we can't sell beer right now, but we can open as an arcade.
You want to do the punch?
Oh, the punch. You got to drink when your bar is forced to be closed. Do you think we'll have the same hours next week?
Oh man, I mean, this week was like a good test run because
We did 3 days, and it's still been super slow. I mean, I'd like to keep it open for the bartenders if they're going to make money, but I don't know how much business the switch to coffee is really going to do. I don't know. Maybe we just do it for another week just to see what happens, gauge everyone's interest, and then get like an extra mop to clean up all my tears off the floor.
Now there's a whole pandemic, and what do we do?
We drink. Cheers.
It's pretty. Thank you.
Welcome.
Have you followed anything from Lowry Parkade? Are they staying open as an amusement?
No, they're back to doing to-go.
Oh, they're just doing to-go. I thought that they were just letting people in.
They did, but they said it was just like us, what happened. They said it was so slow that it just wasn't even worth it. So they're renting their arcades again.
You try the best that you can. This is something new that people weren't really used to. You hope there's enough public information out there for people to make the right decisions and to be safe.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good seeing you.
Business owners are not health officials, and we were kind of the ones on the forefront of making people do the right thing, and you had a large contingency of people that didn't want to do it, and it made it difficult for a lot of people.
You take away like 85% of your income, for the bar at least, because people like to go to arcade bars, but they go there because they like to drink beer too, because you could still get a beer and sit at a bar in a restaurant, same exact thing, but you can't do it at a bar. The only difference is they have food.
If there's a problem, let's think of a solution, so just racking my brain trying to figure out things to do to keep our doors open. If we don't do something, we're in trouble.
So Reboot bar owner George Courtney did a bit of rebooting of his business model, applying for a Department of Business and Professional Regulation food license.
We probably aren't going to be able to be open for another month or two unless we do this, so we're excited.
I'm Helen. Hi, Helen. I don't know if you want to say. No one knows.
You guys were open late. I was like, I gotta go now.
Yeah, we're cooking food. We got a restaurant left. What's so ridiculous?
Type of food? Yeah. So we have Hot Pockets, whatever the little pizzas are, White Castle burgers.
We have the opportunity now to serve our customers, which is great. It's just awesome being able to see our customers come back in and be able to get a beer.
Where'd you get those?
At the bar. It's like a restaurant now.
Is this a restaurant?
Yeah.
Because this has been so successful, a lot of other people have been doing this. They've been opening up as restaurants and being able to, still serve beer to their customers and be able to play games and survive.
Friends, welcome back. Now we're open, and we just added something new to our menu today. We added pretzels. So if you're hungry, let your server know, or come up to the bar or something. I don't know. We're gonna be walking around. Just tell us you want food before it's too late.
It's a loophole.
That's awesome. I'm glad. But it's like having food doesn't make us any safer.
I'm very grateful we're able to do something to get the doors open because it's been really difficult. I'll take the loophole, that everyone else is doing, and we've, added a small kitchen in the back, and we're ready to get back there and sling hot dogs and, nachos just to keep things going.
It's strange that they just single out the one community. Restaurants, you can go and go get a Long Island iced tea, get wasted, and then you're shoving food in your face. But a bar that's serving beer and wine and has arcade games, that's dangerous. So I just said, screw it, and we're gonna open up without our food license, and they can just come shut us down. I have kombucha for you. Chris will be happy.
Is this your first time in?
I've been here before, but it was a while ago.
Right on, dude.
My first time, though.
Hey, well, welcome, dude.
Yeah.
People were yearning to get out and do something. It was really great, and we were really excited because we continue the momentum that we had built.
Considering that this is our first night back open, the game plan is essentially just to, kind of sprinkle into everyone's minds like, hey, we're still a thing. Don't forget about us. And just to see our regulars and all our friends and family at Vector. What's up, man?
How are you?
Good, bro. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you, dude.
See half of you.
Yeah, I know. That's the perk of the job, is like making sure drinks are filled and making sure people are happy and having a good time. Oh, it's great to be back at Vector.
Did you guard my beer for me? Yes. Thank you. What's up, dude?
How are you, man?
Doing well.
Good to see you.
You can whatever bump you want. We can hip shake it.
I know.
Hip check it.
Let's full on hug. Well, it seems to be a little bit busy tonight. How long have you been open?
We just opened back up today.
Really?
Yeah.
I felt it, I sensed it in the force.
I thought you had to see it online or something.
I was like, are you open? No, I needed it.
No, that's
I had
good.
to be here. I'm glad you're open. Did you wait to open when you were told you could, or did you just
No,
decide?
I mean, we've always served snacks and food and stuff. We're just trying to be responsible, you know. Like some of the other bars, they started serving Hot Pockets and stuff like that. To we're a restaurant now. Come on. You're putting them in more danger by giving them Hot Pockets. Jeez.
Right, that'll go right.
It's gonna weaken your immune system right there. Man, so we're still here, I guess.
I'm George.
Hi, Stormy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How was your ride in?
Good, actually.
Nice.
No problem.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming to Reboot. I mean, this is our little arcade paradise of nerdness, and I think we'll have a lot of fun inside.
I'm gonna make you my bitch at pinball.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna try all 20 beers.
Hell yeah.
Then you'll definitely be my bitch.
Here's the deal. Stormy Daniels' assistant is actually one of our patrons that comes into Reboot, and he was talking about, I'm gonna bring her in here, and she would love to see the place. And I was like, there's absolutely no way. But here we are, only in 2020, Stormy Daniels is coming into Reboot.
Well, welcome to our nerd cave.
I don't know if this counts as a nerd cave, because every other nerd cave I've been in had at least one naked picture of me on the wall.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a good point.
I'm just gonna take a drink.
Yeah, well, so we want classic games, like pinball. I think Donald Trump's favorite character in Mario Kart was Toad, I believe.
I'm triggered. I'm leaving.
Considering who she was with, I feel like I probably should have known that Stormy Daniels would have a great sense of humor, but I was really surprised that she really enjoys a lot of nerd culture.
A little nerdy den for people to play.
It's like a Dungeons and Dragons.
Are they playing Magic? This is so cool. Is that actually one of the dragons from Magic, though?
It is. Yeah, it's called the Red Dragon.
Cut that. No one can know that I knew that.
It is.
No one can know that I know that. I happen to be a very, very good Magic the Gathering player.
That's awesome. Magic is super popular now.
We've been here like 2.5 years, and you know, it was really, we had momentum going, and then just COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Okay, we just discovered this place. And he said that we were closing. You were like, wait.
Yeah.
Just discovered it.
I just had somebody in earlier. They're like, "No, this place is awesome. I'm gonna come back." I'm like, "Well, 11 days, yeah." So it's middle June. They just reopened bars, but we decided now that it's just time to close down and move on and let this whole COVID situation play out.
Yeah, it was a tough decision, but after looking at everything and the uncertainty, we just decided for us it's a lot easier for us just to shut down, pack it all up, and hunker down and wait and see what happens and wait it out.
We're gonna have a party, not this Saturday, but next. It's gonna be like our final, like, hurrah, and you know, go out with a bang. We got 11 days left, and we're gonna have some beer flash sales and one last pinball tournament, and send this place off.
It's not the right time right now, you know.
Yeah.
Pull out while you can, you know, honestly. Well, we didn't know they were closing, so We just got that news today.
We just found out they were closing today, and you know that's rough. You know, I was actually, you know, we were like getting sentimental. You know, just kind of bummed out. You know, I don't want to say I was gonna cry, but you know, like I definitely was tearing up. You know, it sucks. It's sad to see them go. Hopefully somebody will be able to take the replacement and not feel like some corporate bullshit, you know? There's not a lot of places like this around here that are comparable, so it's definitely a loss for the community.
Oh, yeah! Oh, you got me. Got your ass!
For us, we wanted to go out and have a party and celebrate. We're celebrating the 2.5 years that we were open. It wasn't a funeral that we're dying. All the drafts and the wine, $5. Everything's $5 except top row, $7, and $3.50 for the shit row. We're just gonna do a raffle at the end of the night. You can win this painting, the 2 Bar Wars posters and the framed one, or the 64 with Mario Kart.
Boost on, I put the lead on.
Yeah, when you put the boost on, it goes.
It didn't kill the overheads. I think we're ready to go here.
And then, did you want to start a tab? Oh, that's a nice beer.
Oh, hey, dude. What's happening? Welcome, welcome.
Other villagers here, huh?
Yeah, we got Pierce, Patrick's here. There's a couple other villagers. All of our pinball people showed up, and we had one final night where everyone got to enjoy Vector like how it used to be.
You guys put up a good fight, though.
Yeah, it's a tough market.
You want to do anything?
Oh, no. I'm gonna go into the tournament cold.
Okay.
Just straight.
Okay.
I don't even touch a game right now. All right, we're gonna start this up. So we've got 14 people. We're gonna do a 3 strikes tournament. So the system's gonna pair us up in groups of 4 randomly on a game. Once you get 3 strikes, you're out of the game. We'll go until there's 1 person left standing. And the winner gets the super cool pinball mashup translite, donated by Bill over here, signed by the artist. The artist. It would be worthless if Bill signed it. So everybody have fun, good luck. Nice drop.
So it's great to be able to play competitive tournaments again. It's going to be the last one here, unfortunately, but it was nice to have one last hurrah. Got to see a lot of familiar faces again.
Knowing this was the last one, I just felt tremendously sad. I knew coming here, this was it. And that was extremely sad to me.
Don't film that. You didn't clean out the
I'm not even doing very good.
I mean, it sucked seeing Vector close. Mike had put a lot of work into it, and it was good to see him, of course. Just wish it had been under better circumstances.
Yeah, like they let us open that like 1 month, and like it was really good. Like everyone was so fed up of being cooped up that everyone that went out for like that month, and we had like a birthday party, we had a bunch of stuff, and then they closed us down again. And it was like a week before they opened bars back up. The governor was like, bars should prepare until next year. And then a week later, he's like, oh, psych, we're gonna open on Monday.
I can greatly empathize with what he must have felt at the time, because we were very close to closing as well. And to see that happen, it's a sharp reminder that we should never take this for granted.
All right.
Marshall hasn't rolled in yet.
Oh, he's gonna be late, as usual. He was supposed to be here an hour ago. So. For our last party, we're gonna have the brand new Adventures pinball machine here, and I was reluctant to post that we're gonna have Adventures, but we know Marshall's gonna be late. That's his MO. I see a Marshall van.
I just saw him pull out.
But he didn't disappoint. Marshall still came through, and we got Avengers.
Avengers is almost ready. There's a lot of good machines here. I love that Jurassic Park one. That one's awesome. Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. Thanks for coming.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Showing support was incredibly important for me because we need more of these places around.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Seeing everyone here and having fun is really awesome, but also a little bit disappointing because we know this is the last day Vector's going to be open.
I'm gonna do, could I put $10 in a raffle?
Having all three arcade owners under the same roof is pretty powerful because we all collectively want to keep all of this culture alive.
I'm still in the pinball tournament.
Still in the pinball tournament.
Yeah,
That's,
I got one more strike left in me.
Yeah. I guess that's how you rank a night like this.
I'm still in it. Still in it.
I will make you hurt.
The Game Over Party was definitely one of the best open mic nights we've ever had here. The show up was great. My good friend Andrew, he kicked ass on the mic.
Our set went phenomenally. I think Saturday was the culmination of our career here. This place really means family to us.
You can come for happy hour and maybe catch the owner Mike's pretty face, or even just to kick your friend's ass at Mario Kart race. Whatever the case, just make sure these mics are in place.
Oh man, this is silly, but I'm gonna really try not to cry right now because this place has meant so much to me. If it wasn't for this place, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I know it sounds silly because it's a bar arcade, but it's so much more than that.
Or so I've come to believe, at this little barcade called Vector beside the sea.
I will always, always cherish Vector. It's for you.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light.
Wow, everybody is here. I mean, the place was slammed.
How's it going? Good to see you.
It made it real. It's not just me. Everybody loves this place.
Vector!
The king of the north!
Everybody wants to surrender, darling. You were meant to survive.
It was just one of the most welcoming but heart-wrenching experiences. I see a bunch of friends, some I've seen, many times over the last couple of years. There's fighting games going on. They're having their own little side tournament.
You sure about that? What's the mix, baby?
I have my girlfriend, Jackie, working, and she's having a great time. You could just see she's enjoying these interactions with everybody. And
friends don't shake hands, friends hug.
Yep. Just how happy they are to be here, but also, how sad they are that something that has been a major piece of their lives is now coming to an end.
Guys, we're gonna cut this cake in honor of Mike and Lauren and this amazing experience, an absolutely magical place that they have created for all of us here today. It has really been a special spot.
When I found out Vector was closing, I was kind of like, honestly, somebody was passing away or something. That was like a mourning feeling. I'm just sad with the memories, not being able to come back. I just know the same people in the same place isn't gonna be here. I just met a lot of people and this is how we met, and now, I don't know, it's just a good crowd and it's gonna be hard to replace it.
I just wanted to tell everybody how much the place meant to me.
It was a great 2.5 years. The whole thing was an amazing experience. It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but in the end, all the work was worth it. All the new friends and all the new experiences, and we're gonna have friends that we're gonna take long past this.
You know, together we have become this integral group. We have all made this our own home in our own way. It's been very sad, like just in general, the mood is, it's upbeat as much as it can be. You know, we're trying to remain positive, but it ultimately is just a sad day, like trying to find the next thing for all of us.
I'm sad to see this place go because
Me
it's
too.
like, this is what brought all of us together,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, it's a special place.
There is a magnitude of loss you may not see beneath the charming smiles around this Eve. The welcome home that we nerds need must soon close, the end of an era indeed.
I'd like to see us here for another, 5 years, 10 years, however long we can make it happen. And keep growing, keep rotating the games, keep bringing in amazing beer, keep having really cool events.
How does it feel to be in kind of like a normal pinball tournament again?
Feels great just to come out here, play a tournament, have some friendly competition.
It's awesome. So glad to be able to come out to bars and stuff like that again. We're able to come out and meet other people and play a brand new game, Avengers. I got my ass kicked in it, unfortunately, but, hey, what are you going to do?
Because I know people right now, they probably need this almost more than ever to be in an environment like this where they can have a good time again. We're all working every day to get there. And I'm faithful we will. I'm faithful that we'll be able to get back to that. It may take some time and serious effort to get there, but I believe we will.
Just happy to be open, man. It's great. It's been a rough fucking 5 months.
Because we're able to be open now, it's been crazy. We've been busy, we've been trying to keep beer stocked. It's nuts.
Dude, our stacks are getting ridiculous.
What better time to collect pinball machines than COVID?
We've been able to buy some newer additions to our library, and it's been pretty great.
George has been kind of going a little nuts with the pinball machines. He just decided to take off the other day. He saw that there was a Rick and Morty pinball machine. Someone was selling one in Boston.
We flew there and drove back 23 hours straight today to get this thing.
He's convinced me we need to sell a machine, we can sell a machine, and they hold their value. And in the meantime, they're making money.
Morty, you're not even using a pin, Morty. What a waste. Just shut up while I play. Just fucking shut up.
Kind of see us getting more machines, spreading pinball joy to everybody else. Maybe one day another location. We're kind of in this phase right now where we're just excited.
Quarantine pachanga shots.
Cheers.
Cheers.
After the past 6 months or so, like knee deep in this, we're feeling pretty good.
I'm just happy to be open, and I love my wife more than anything in the entire. I love my wife more than anything in the whole world. I love my wife. She's the greatest, and I would never, ever want to be anywhere else aside from next to her bosom every night. I'm sorry.
Let's do more shots.
At the end of the day, you only have a short amount of time on this earth, and what better way than to celebrate with people that love all things geeky.
Hey, Billy. How you doing, man? George. Nice to meet you.
It's a decent place. You're all right.
Thank you so much, man.
Having a legend like Billy Mitchell come in a reboot is pretty exciting. He is one of the most prolific arcade players in the world.
We're pretty proud of some of the games that we have. We have Nintendo Row, which is Punch Out, Mario Brothers.
Your favorite, Donkey Kong. Do it.
We wouldn't want you to have a bad name around town.
Absolutely. Getting the seal of approval signed by Billy Mitchell made me realize that I'm never gonna sell this machine ever again, and I got it in my personal collection.
Certified, not
and
made.
it is definitely certified, not made.
All right. If you want to play, I'll play you.
Yeah.
But like maybe we'll wager like tonight's tab on it.
Okay. I mean, learn from the master, man.
All right. How about let's get a little better.
Okay.
How about if you play?
Okay.
You clear 3 boards, you win.
Oh Jesus.
3.
Okay.
Come on. When I play, I got to clear 117.
All right. Standing in front of Donkey Kong with Billy Mitchell is both incredibly invigorating and extremely terrifying.
One down.
Sweating. Oh, yes. Oh, you can't jump over them.
All right.
That's right.
I win.
You win. Thanks, Ed. I did better than I thought. I'm going to be honest with you. Thank you. Having the experience of playing Donkey Kong in front of Billy Mitchell, even though I cracked under pressure and I lost, I felt like it didn't really matter how good I did. I was a winner at that point. You can't jump over the flames, right?
Oh, I can. I don't know. You can't.
That's true. I definitely can't. It's like if you're going to lose to somebody, you're going to lose to the king, and I was happy with that.
You see, until there was barcades or arcade bars, I had no way to introduce my son or daughter to what it was I did.
Sure.
Now you're sitting there eating, drinking, and what's behind you is what Dad used to do. And before, to them, arcade games were antiquated.
Right.
But now it's a way that it's been introduced to a whole new generation.
And they can't get that experience at home.
Right. When you're here, no, you're right with somebody.
Right.
You laugh with them, you see their reactions. It's a representation of the history of gaming.
Yep.
It's hard to argue with the convenience of playing online, but it's not the same experience.
It's not.
I think so many people who are in one part would never experience the other.
Right.
But now that there's a community, they will.
Yeah.
Thanks for noticing that, and I totally agree with you. Oh man, that is fucking awesome. Pardon my French. Billy, thank you so much, man. Thanks,
Keep
man.
up the good fight.
Thank you so much, man. It's an honor.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been touring the country just recently and have some awesome news to report. A lot of these arcade bars have weathered the storm, and they're bigger and better than they were before. And there's bar locations opening up every single day.
Everybody's going nuts going into the arcades, and arcade machines are very much in high demand.
The business has returned very quickly. It was an almost instantaneous return to the arcade.
Seeing the rebirth of the arcade spirit that's embellished in not only the arcade bars, but tens of thousands of people have home game rooms. Both of them moving together, bringing our ancient arcade heritage into the modern age and bringing it back to life and giving it a bright future.
This is the monster badge. Yeah, and I checked inside. We're 500 above. And Rob, you wanted the one with the fucked up box, right?
I actually specifically requested that. That stinks. I'm at Little Shop of Games. I'm here to pick up a Godzilla Pro pinball machine from Stern, and I'm stoked about it. Awesome to be able to bring in a new machine. It does kind of suck that they're a little bit more expensive. This is the price of a Pro and not a Premium?
Yeah, dude. Premium
I
is
did.
9. Crazy. Premium
I'm
is the same.
just messing with you. It's good to see the hobby increase, that interest come and flourish and be probably bigger than it's been in decades. Though it's not without its own issue. I'm excited for all the new stuff coming with pinball and like the fresh energy. It's like there's a little bit of the cost though is that it's harder to enjoy it as a hobby, I think, because it's expensive. You can get a house down payment for that, you know? We're seeing a whole resurgence because these pinball machines tend to sell out now as soon as they're made. I mean, they go real quick. It's nice to be back to a place where we can start bringing in new games again.
Everyone's like, I thought there was a new game. Like, yeah, there's a new game.
Sorry. It's like you've done this before, James. Is it a little throwback to COVID rental days?
Yeah, that was fun.
It was really good feeling to actually be back to bringing in a new game and not like having to do the rental thing. I'll get a picture in front of the mural real quick too. It's Inception. Man, it sure does feel different than a year ago. It feels great. It feels like we're finally getting back to where we used to be, and we're able to provide new games to people. And I am very grateful for having survived and to come through this. Oh, that new game smell. It's like Christmas.
That's the face of a proud papa right there.
Yeah, it feels good. Having everyone together to do that, I love it, man. It's really cool to see everybody gather around a new game, and I had missed that feeling very much.
Oh, it's so close.
Very glad to be back to that point to where I can see people do that again.
Better in a year than it was last.
Oh, it's so much better. Like today was like one of those days where I really felt it. Like, oh, it feels so much better. It feels like a giant weight getting off your shoulders, and you're able to take a breath and enjoy again kind of just a moment. Because after all that shit the past year, being able to get back to where it's just something kind of fun and simple, you appreciate it that much more because of what you've been through.
That was so tight.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to be back with. People are coming back in the doors. We're getting busy again. We just recently got a food truck. It's called 8-Bit Bites. And we had Mike, that is one of the bartenders. He worked on the art for it, and it looks fantastic. We went to serving food just to survive, and now we have a food truck in order to provide on our day-to-day as part of our business. It's very nice to be able to fill the calendar once again with events, to bring back live music, to bring back DJs.
I'm happy to be here, man. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Blast.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we've been working, a long time to have both you guys here at the same time.
Yeah.
I am incredibly excited to have a DJ Eminent with Von Garden both together at the same time on our stage. It seems we're back. We're back to being able to do what we love to do again. I love it. That's awesome, man.
Let's do this, brother. Let's do this.
You feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, might break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those. She saw the stone, you know how that go. Fatality, my diamonds that cold. Versace trunks, I hit my backstroke. Knock on the door, she at the back, bro.
Just heard from somebody that he's doing a better job than me. And it's funny because we're in the arcade, so I might have to go versus him.
Good times, live in the moment, feel like summertime.
You know what? Let's play more songs about weed. It hurts.
Things have been going really well. Business is booming. We've had an opportunity to bring in a lot more machines. There have been some new games that have come out, some pretty high-end pinball machines and some really fun stuff. Almost every person playing the game. It's pretty awesome. I'm happy to say that actually things now are better than ever. Seeing everybody around and playing pinball and video games and having camaraderie with each other is just sort of like one of the best things that honestly any human can see.
The Tampa Bay Comic Convention is back after taking a year off.
Organizers say it should be their biggest show ever.
Comic-Con was always one of those things where I just felt like it was bigger than us, because like all that fun geekiness that's there, I never would have imagined that we'd actually be part of it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This place is awesome. We're doing an event for gamers on the edge.
We have all of these game consoles. There's like 20 or 30 of them, all kids playing.
And we are the arcade division side of Comic-Con.
The reception's been so good because it's got everything in here that kids want. You know, you got video games, you got pinball. Being able to see all these people interact with it, it kind of like solidifies why we did Reboot to begin with. It's a good turnout today, man.
It is.
Wow. He was totally right about how busy it was going to be.
Yeah, well, earlier, this place was like, it was packed.
Wall to wall?
It was a big crowd.
That's awesome.
Quite a few people know the brand, man.
Yeah,
they do.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, it's such a good crossover between like the people that like to come to our bar and who usually come to places like this, you know?
I feel like gaming and comic books and superheroes are sort of all synonymous with each other. Like those crowds intersect. If you like comic books, you probably like video games. If you like video games, you probably like comic books. So coming up with an idea that kind of brings all that together was something that we were talking about, and we have a really good idea for a new business venture.
About the table setup.
It looks awesome. Look how many people are fitting in that booth.
Bring it in, bring it in.
Yeah, we kind of did a thing. We opened up a superhero-themed pizza place by the name of Infinity Pizza. Infinity Pizza, I honestly feel, is a throwback to the excitement that when you went into a pizza place when you were a kid, there would be arcade games. We wanted to give like an homage to that, but also tie it into like the geek culture that we enjoy. And pinball machines and arcades, it gives that like fresh take on an old idea, and I really feel like we nailed it.
So far, everything's been going awesome. We invited a lot of friends and family, and we had about 60 people show up. I don't know if we've ordered enough food, so it seems like it's so busy that we're probably gonna run out. It's very nice seeing everybody come out and support you. You know, it's been such a long 2 years, and when you can see everyone's happy to be together, it's an uplifting experience. It's very humbling, but also very enlightening when you realize like the power of people's spirits. So far, it seems like everyone's having a good time. And you know what? We all have some weight we need to gain. You know, we got pizza, we got drinks. You know, everyone's too thin. You know, it reminds me of my grandmother from Naples. You're too skinny. Eat.
Beautifully said. I love it. I don't know. I don't have anything else to add other than we need to take some more walks.
Take some more walks. Yes.
The soft opening was way cool. Just to see people like support us and get excited about the concept was like really awesome.
I just want to welcome everyone here to our inaugural Infinity Pizza opening. If you're here, then we care a lot about you. If you're not here, fuck you. No, I'm just joking. But when we envisioned this place, we wanted it to be a fun environment for everybody, welcoming everyone, and to kind of celebrate the idea of just being a dork and eating pizza. My wonderful wife has been my rock, and you know, she's my Dwayne Johnson, as I always tell her. You know?
Getting through the last 2 years, seeing how everything has bounced back and how people are more excited than ever to come into an arcade bar, it's really given me a lot of optimism for the future. I mean, whether it's expansion, whether it's adding more games, I mean, the culture is alive and as strong as ever. It seems like the sky is the limit.
To celebrate this wonderful time of opening and seeing everybody, we're gonna shotgun a beer and regret every decision we're making here. Yeah. Oh, so good. Oh. I'm joking. I'm good. I'm joking.
Well, thank you. So they're supposed to have a lot of new beers tonight for the anniversary.
Yes.
It's wild that we are here, where we survived 6 years.
We're gonna have a bunch of events going on all weekend. We have live music tonight. We're gonna have beer and barbecue. It's gonna be great. Turnout so far has been like fantastic. We're gonna be like a really busy night, but it's gonna be a great night. But everyone's just here to have a good time.
Throughout the weekend, we're gonna be tapping all these incredible breweries out here.
Well, thank you.
The Ross, being a huge craft beer lover, he's got some incredible, insane rare beers. Tap list is insane. It's gonna be the best we've ever had. The shit's fire.
What do you have that's like new or cool, like something different?
Oh, we just did a brewery collab with Magnanimous. If you want to do one of that, yeah, it's one of our newest things we did for our 6-year anniversary. I've been wanting to do a collab with Magnanimous Brewing for a long time. And Ghostface Kella is that kind of special opportunity to do it. And it's a Kella beer, and it's super crushable, incredibly delicious. I fucking love it. And the art is super fitting as well.
Get to brew a collab today with Magnanimous for our anniversary coming up.
We actually were able to kind of go hang with them for some of the brewing process. Super grateful for that experience to be in collab with them. I mean, it couldn't have a better gift for our anniversary. I am really excited to share this beer with everybody, and I think they're going to be stoked to have it.
You like it?
I do.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a great way to start off the anniversary weekend. There was a time there where, yeah, it was a little scary, I think for everyone. But now to see everyone back and almost back to normal, so to give back to everybody that comes in all year round, some good beers and good games, feels good.
I'm very thankful for our community to be in this position. We wouldn't have come this far if it weren't for all of that. So I love them all. I'm very grateful for that.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming out.
Bro, I'm glad to be here. I mean, I love this place. It's cool, it's chill. 90s hip hop, beers and video games. You're doing good work. This is good work. You're doing God's work. You're doing God's work. You're doing God's work. This is dope, man. It's a lot of fun.
When I hear from people the love that they have for Barcade, the love they have for this spot, I mean, it's one of the reasons, if not the main reason, why we do this. You get to do something that you love and share it with a community that's incredibly supportive, and I love it.
You can't own an arcade bar and lose in Street Fighter. That doesn't, how do you do that?
Because I'm drunk, son.
It's something that makes me very grateful and thankful that I do it every day.
I got one. Oh, I won. I'm really proud of you. You're 6.
I've seen how much this place has grown. It's really great to see everybody fill back in here, celebrate Mario Barcade and what they bring. It's really awesome.
What you've done, like, look at you can just look around and it's genuine smiles on people's faces. When was the last time you seen people playing air hockey outside of this place? People are playing arcade games. Like, you've created this and you've always had this consistency and level-headedness that, like, I admire. I mean, outside of the fighting games, like, outside of the fighting games, that's a different story. We'll talk shit. We'll talk shit here.
This guy talks all the shit, but I still love him.
You need me to sponsor you another coin?
Oh, no, I own this machine. You don't need to sponsor shit.
I never thought when I first started this place that it would become a spot where people love it as much as they do, or that it's become this kind of community place. And people are making new friends, or sharing times with old friends. And it happening here is something that I'll carry with me forever.
Really proud of you, man.
There's not a day really that goes by where I don't think, damn, it all happened and I'm very grateful for it.
We are here at Free Play Florida 2021, the Capri Royale.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Just ironing things out. How are you doing?
It was amazing to be back with everybody and see everybody again. It's been 2 years since we've had any kind of events like this. the camaraderie, the communities, see old faces, old friends, and plus play a lot of cool machines.
It's nice to see like a good turnout here at Free Play this year. It's a really good showing. Everyone's like out having a great time. Everyone's still in the hobby, just probably even more than they were before. It's been a huge kickoff for the hobby and the industry. It really looks good for the future.
Get your buzz on for Florida Free Play. Take a look at the video game. Stop by my table. I'm in the back next to the Mortal Kombat crew. Yeah, Mario is the size of a damn forklift today. Yeah, he stole the big head mode from NBA Jam. What were you doing last night, Mario? You closed down that bar, didn't you? Yep.
Great to see the resurgence of arcades really across the country, and you can see it in the attendance to these shows that are springing up everywhere. It's a place where the gaming community comes together, and with so many divided factions in the country today, you can count on coming to an arcade bar or to do a game show, and you will have your tribe. It's really great.
It feels great to be back at Free Play. I get to see all my friends and community and hang out with them, drink beers with them. I brought some games out, and we'll be challenging people to win swags. I have no problem decimating anybody in Street Fighter Third Strike, so feel free to challenge me. Be happy to mop the floor with you. This year we closed down Barcade so that the staff could experience it as well, and we all came out just to have a great time and enjoy the whole experience.
It would appear that there's more enthusiasm than ever, a greater appreciation. Now, remembering that the world of arcades, it was certainly on the rise before. So now it appears that it's on the rise once again, maybe with a renewed enthusiasm or appreciation. I certainly hope so.
So we're here to honor people who have made a footprint in the world of gaming.
And one of those places is Lowry Parkade, which is Tampa's first arcade and craft beer bar.
It was a kind of surreal experience, having no idea like why my name was being called. I think they had to run me down to find me. It's like, oh shit, am I in trouble? How drunk did I get last night?
But is anybody from Lowry Parkade there?
Oh, yes, I'm staring right at him. Come on up here, Rob.
Never expected that for sure. I mean, we're just a friendly neighborhood arcade bar.
Good man, great energy, and he is a fantastic Street Fighter player. So. Hey, thank you very much for giving me this award. Totally unexpected, but I really appreciate it and very honored and grateful. Thank you all very much.
It's been one of the coolest things to see this place grow to become its own thing. It's its own community. Like arcade is its own world in a way, a little tiny world, but it's its own community. And it's been great for me to step back and see it become its own place and survive and be its own thing. We're a legit arcade, and you gotta love that when you're kind of recognized a bit in the community, and it's nothing but good feelings.
So the future with arcade gaming, I don't think it'll ever stop evolving.
I think right now the hobby seems to be on a rocket ship, so I'm hoping that that continues. Maybe we'll start to see a blend of modern and retro, because if you look at what Doc Mack is doing over at Galloping Ghost, he's had a game in development for several years now. And
he's doing a game for cabinets. He's not doing a game to go to home, but he wants to grow it from the arcade, then go to home. And I think that's what started the whole industry.
And the ultimate goal is to hopefully see arcade designers and developers come back designing specifically for the arcade. And if there's enough places that open and there's enough demand, all the video game companies could start doing arcade games again. And we could see the resurgence go in a completely new, different direction with arcade games everywhere once again.
Future for arcade bars and arcade games is only getting stronger because it's this new meeting ground for people. It's something that brings people together. Let's face it, the last 10, 20 years, a lot of stuff has happened and people have gone into their bedrooms, into the phone, into the tablets, like further. And now they can come out into arcades and go, oh, you're my people, you're my tribe. And I think the good Pandora is out of our box, that people are realizing games bring people together, games make people happy. It's a drug without being a drug, People get addicted to it, but you don't hurt your body by playing too much NBA Jam.
I think initially arcade bars were sort of focused on nostalgia and saying, hey, these are the games that I grew up with.
But I walk into an arcade bar and I see people who were not alive when those first rounds of arcade games came out. And I think they're looking for a communal experience. Now it's very much like, I'm there for the community, I'm there for the camaraderie, I'm there to have a drink or two and have fun with my friends, and it's something we go out and do. So I see a big future in it because it's a very different thing. It's not really competing with PC gaming or console gaming. It very much is something that sits alongside it, and it's a different animal.
So as big as this arcade renaissance has become, it would be meaningless unless a new generation picks it up and runs with it too. There are kids even today that are now growing up around this arcade scene.
And once they grab a pinball machine or a large video cabinet, they fall in love with it because you can't compare it to putting your thumbs on a phone.
I came here with my son, he's 16, and it was nice to be able to show him like what it's all about and why we come to these things. And it's more than just the games, it's the community too. You got this. You got an extra ball too, I think.
We have the ability to bring these games to like a new generation of kids that really would have never had the opportunity, where they heard about it from their parents or, maybe grandparents, depending on how old they are. It's probably one of the most important parts of like having an arcade bar.
And I hope that the kids that are being brought up into this arcade generation continue it with the next generation, so that we don't lose that magic that comes with coming into an arcade and escaping into a pixel world for a while.
I'm hoping that this remains with us for several generations, because what a sad world it would be if you can't play games anymore. At least while I'm alive, I want to make sure that this keeps going forward and keep giving a little bit of that magic and that nostalgia to everybody.
Arcades and arcade bars are going to continue to open. If they have a new spin on it, probably an inevitability, but where they'll go, it remains to be seen.
I think it's a pretty exciting time to be a gamer, because pretty soon around your corner there's going to be an arcade bar, and I think this is something that's here to stay.
To me, the most unique phenomenon of the arcade era is that the games were born in a public setting. And now in the arcade bar, they're being reborn in a public setting. So it's the rebirth of the opportunity to play video games as a community-spirited event. And that's the spirit coming alive again.
I believe as long as the arcade bars evolve to entertain people, people are going to enjoy coming together, sharing a pastime that they did. You think about it, you go to a football game, there's 100,000 people there, and they don't know each other. They just share the same passion. And since the beginning of civilization, we've always had the passion for gaming. From the Coliseum to the stadium, from the arcade to the console, from the internet to the phone, we've always been playing games, and we've always been passionate about playing. It's a passion that's within you. It's a passion that doesn't die. It's just a passion that's screaming for a place to enjoy itself. That's what arcade bars are.
So it's a very interesting phenomenon to watch, and it should probably grow for quite a while before that too becomes a cycle that extinguishes itself.
Game over! And that'll do it for Token Taverns tonight. So long, everybody. See you next time. Thanks for playing.
We grew up with posters on our walls. The Pepsi generation thought we'd seen it all. Brightly lit future with flying cars, and we'd all be superstars. Energy is endlessly entertaining us violently. Commercials play on TV, and nothing was ever free. In an instant flash, I could drive all alone. made mistakes that land us anywhere. With coded phones and tape machines, you could do anything if you just believe. Commercials play on TV, and nothing was ever free. Time flies so fast in an instant flash. I could drive all night, going anywhere. Life moves so fast in an instant flash. I could fly all night, going everywhere.
Well, I think he's thinking like, is there any new Donkey Kong games coming out on the pipeline? He's actually on the phone with the president of Nintendo, and the president of Nintendo said, "Stop calling me. You've called too many times. We're not making a new Donkey Kong." So, pretty sure that's what's happening right now.